Welcome back. February, you may not know this, is National Heart Disease Awareness Month, and we're kicking off our coverage by introducing you to a woman who is fighting to raise awareness for a lot of reasons. Barbara Smith joins us, and she is co-chair for the Go Red for Women Luncheon, but she also has a very important personal story related to this topic. Barbara, welcome, and thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit, first of all, about heart disease as a big topic. It's deadly. Can be, and men tend to know this and be aware more so than women. Is that right?
That's correct. Heart disease is the #1 killer of all Americans, and it's also the #1 killer of women. But typically, women don't understand that that's their #1 health risk. In fact, 1 out of 5 women don't consider that their #1 health risk.
Do they live in denial?
No, I think we just relate heart disease as a man's disease, and women tend to think that breast cancer is their #1 risk. But in fact, women are 10 times more likely to die of heart disease than they are of breast cancer.
Really?
What symptoms do they have that they need to look for?
Yes, so the symptoms for women, they present differently than a man, and typically you might have nausea or achy feeling, and a lot of times it's dismissed as stress rather than a heart attack.
And so do you also think women are so used to taking care of the husband, the kids, and everybody else that they really don't think a lot of times about their own health the same way?
Yes, I think that we're used to being caregivers, and we all want to be the perfect wife, the perfect mother, the perfect executive, and
Well, you have a personal story, don't you?
Yes,
Tell me your
I do.
story.
Well, 2 things. First of all, I lost my grandmother at a very young age, and she went out dancing with my grandfather one night, and she wasn't feeling good. And she went home, went to bed, and never woke up. But even closer to home, my husband was at the Go Red for Women Luncheon in Tampa a few years back when I was chairing the event there, and he took the screening where they offer screening at the events and found out that his blood pressure was dangerously high. And then, as we tried to discover the root cause of the problem, his carotid arteries were 50% blocked.
Wow.
And he was ripe for a massive heart attack or stroke that he probably would have never survived. So that set him on a path of changing his life. He lost a lot of weight. He completely changed his diet. And I'm happy to report that he's been reducing the plaque in his arteries every year. He's off of most of the blood pressure medication.
Is great.
That's
and
awesome.
he feels better than he has in years.
That's
So
fantastic.
at the Go Red Luncheon, is it an all-day affair with the luncheon being the climax of the speaker with Cheney there, but all during the day there's screening, and are there all kinds of blood pressure tests and things that happen there?
Okay, so the luncheon will start at 10 a.m. at the Hilton Anatole.
This Friday.
This Friday, February 7th. And it will start around 10 a.m. And at 10 a.m. you can come and you can get a free health screening. You can also participate in breakout sessions, which are generally educational sessions around different topics, whether it's healthy eating or exercise. They change from year to year. And there will be, other fun things to do, and the lunch will begin around noon. And as you mentioned, our keynote speaker will be Vice President Cheney, and we're really excited to hear his story.
He survived, what, 5 heart attacks?
He has had 5 heart attacks and a heart transplant.
Wow.
I mean, he's just a miracle.
He is.
Just to be here. And the whole idea of the luncheon and the day-long event is to raise awareness and get women to pay more attention, right?
Exactly, exactly.
What is the price tag? What's the price of the ticket?
A ticket runs, I think, around $150 for a single ticket to the event. You can go to dallasgored.heart.org and you can purchase a ticket.
Now,
It's
if
a
you
huge issue.
I know this, but I'm going to ask this. There are a lot of women walking around that have a condition that don't have $150. How can they go get a screening for a heart condition?
They can go to the American Heart Association's website, the same website, and they actually offer a free screening technique that will come back with a score, and it will identify if you have some risk factors. But you really need to see your doctor. Your doctor is the
Start
best
there.
individual
To start.
But you know, if you're a smoker, you need to understand your cholesterol, your glucose, your blood pressure.
A lot of risk factors.
Exactly.
Well, Barbara Smith, thank you so much for coming in. And if you live in North Texas, you can know that the Go Red for Women Luncheon is on Friday, as Barbara said, at the Hilton Anatole in Dallas. And this year's featured speaker, as we were talking about, is none other than Vice President Dick Cheney. Tickets are $150, and there are plenty still available. Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. And stick around, because coming up next on the Texas Daily, reality shows and controversy often come hand in hand, but it usually involves adults. Well, we're going to show you the new Texas program involving youth football that has already sparked a huge debate after just the first episode. That's coming up.